Hi there, Ben here at Number Group, here to go over the new desktop Luna app that we have just launched. This video will include how to provision it and how to use it. So first of all, we'll go through the provisioning process. Log into Self-Care as normal, go to Luna PBX, select your extension, and scroll down to the remote working section. Change this to yes and click on Save. Here you'll see a login and you will see a password. In this case, the password is hidden. This is for security reasons, but in your desktop app, you will see this. You'll see the password here. You can download the application to work in Windows and also in Apple Mac as well. The two links are here. You just click on these. It will initiate the download to your machine. Once downloaded, you then need to install it as per normal and configure it with the details that are shown here. I'll now cut over to the installed application and show you the process of putting in the username and password, getting into it, and the general structure of how to use it. Okay, so here we have now the app has been installed on my computer and it's now ready for the username and password which we obtained from Self-Care. So I'll now copy those across and you click sign in. You'll see that the app will then download the settings and then reinitialize with it configured and ready to use. So here we are. Now obviously we have a dial pad, standard dial pad for dialing in the numbers you want to call. Contact list, this can either be local, quick dials, or you can obviously access things from your phone book which is stored on the Luna database on the portal. Your recent calls, extension settings. Now this includes settings which include whether you want to disable the recipient of direct calls and also group calls if you're in a call group within the Luna PBX system. And messages covers the voicemail system, so any voicemails you have on your extension will be listed here and you can listen to them via this system as well. This icon here allows you to turn on Do Not Disturb. Click it on, you'll then see the half the crescent moon is now filled, which means you are now in Do Not Disturb. To switch it off again, just click it again. And the setting icon here allows you to view various settings within the system. Okay, when you're in the settings tab, you have a number of options on the left hand side here. At the top you have the version, account information, notification settings, which obviously allows you to specify the ringtone and the text tone, sound options. Speaker is obviously where the call data, which obviously you receive from the person you're speaking to, is played through. Microphone is obviously what transmits the audio to them, and the ringtone audio output is where the ringtone is played when you receive an incoming call. You're obviously allowed to specify if you want to suppress audio noise on the inbound and outbound side, speaker volume, ringtone boost, microphone volume, microphone boost, and keypad volume. There are other options at the bottom if you should need it. Controls allow you to control the way that the app works. Launch and login allows you to start the app up as soon as you start your computer up. You can set the app as a default calling app on your computer, select the language, and also select if you want the application to always be on top. Logs allow you to see audio logs which are used for debugging purposes should you need it. And reset finally allows you to reset the app to default settings. Much like the mobile app does, if you click on this, it will reset the app to basically have no settings in it whatsoever. If you do this, you'll need to re-add your username and password and log back in again, and that will then obviously bring you back up to a working state. And that's the settings. I'll now go over the process of making, receiving, and transferring calls. Okay, so the process of receiving a call is very simple. Someone calls through to your number, it will pop up like this. Usually it will obviously have a phone number here, unless obviously someone is withholding the number, which they are doing so in this instance. You click this to answer the call, this is to reject the call. Okay, as you can see now the call is established. If you need to change any settings within the call, you can do so by clicking on here, which will give you options to change speaker and microphone settings on the go. And this also allows you to mute the call so that people cannot hear you. You can use this button to place the call on hold and press this one to resume it. And this will terminate the call. Three options at the bottom here allow you to add an additional person into the call, so a small conference. This option here allows you to do an intended transfer, and this one here allows you to do a blind transfer. This final option here allows you to pop up the call into a smaller window. This allows you to minimize this if you should wish to do so, and you can then move this about. You can still close this and the call will still be active. When you're finished with the call, you just click on this to end it. To do a transfer, click on the necessary option. Set the number you want to transfer it to. If you want to cancel, just click return to call and take them off hold. Blind transfer is much the same. You would put your extension number, telephone number you want to call, transfer the call to, and type it there. And that's pretty much it. Just to terminate the call, you just hit the end call button here. Making a call is pretty much the same process. You would dial your number in here. And then place the call. Okay, as you see, the call's been answered by the other party, and now talking to directly. Exactly the same process. Place call on mute, change your setting options, add calls, attended or blind transfer, and pop out. And that's it. If you have any questions or any problems with regarding to the function of the desktop app or any issues with it, then please let us know at help@notebookgroup.com and we'll be more than happy to help you. Thank you very much for your time.